Hey you, yes you, the man or woman who's watching this video. I'm going to tell you something you're not going to forget for the rest of your life. Well, here we start. Since unmemorable times, the man always has had the need to buy, to negotiate, to exchange, and sell things to be able to improve his quality of life before the others. But the principal problem always was us being able to negotiate and administrating the earnings that they had. That is to say, that was not spending or buying everything that was crossing him in the way. Before this, there arose what today we know as economy. But let's make us a question. What is the economy? Good question. The economy is the science that studies the resources, the creation of wealth, and the production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services to satisfy the human needs. It is because of it that we realize a visit to a place found in the downtown of Mexico, hiding between his beautiful streets. Guess what museum are we talking about? Of course, the MIDE Museum! Excellent. You guessed. Today we are going to show you the MIDE Museum. And in Spanish it is called Museo Interactivo of Economía. Forward! Let's throw a glimpse. This museum is divided into 4 floors with 6 different rooms, which are Basics Museum Economy, Finances in Society, Growth and Welfare, Money, and of course, Sustainable Development with Economy, Society, and Nature. Come on, follow us to learn more about economy. Let's go! Let's start with Sustainable Development. Our quality of life depends on different goods and services produced from natural resources. The problem is that today we tend to consume more than what the planet can provide naturally. As a result, we are facing serious environmental, economic, and social problems, such as loss of biodiversity or pollution. Sustainable development means redesigning our lifestyle and our priorities with respect to the environment and under a political, social, and economic development. Now, to contain or improve a sustainable development in any country, you have to reduce your emissions of CO2 or carbon dioxide to the atmosphere. To know how to reduce it, MIDE shows you your carbon footprint, and seeing how much do you produce, you can start asking yourself how to take care about and how to improve our sustainable development in Mexico.
Carbon footprint. The decisions that we make every day have economic, environmental consequences and impacts.
An important fact is sustainable development, huh? Well, our next step is economics and Mexico. Let's start with the definition of market. The market exists when buyers and sellers reach agreements to exchange services or things. This includes production, consumers, distribution, and invisible handler. Here are the main concepts you need to know about market. First one, supply. This consists in the amount of service or products that the seller are selling in a specific price. If the price is more expensive, they would like to sell more services and products. But what about if the product is cheaper and the buyer will buy more amounts of products than services? Here is the answer at the second concept we are going to see right now. Demand. This consists in the amount that buyers will buy the products or the services. And as we mentioned, this product is cheaper and the buyer will buy more products than services. And what happens when supply and demand are in a specific point in a graphic or in a situation? Well, this is called equilibrium. Equilibrium is when the amount of services or products are equal to the amount of demand. Here is an example. In the cinema, if the price of the ticket is cheaper, the people will go to the cinema more times in a month. If the price of the ticket is higher, the people will go less than 2 times in a month. It looks easy, but economy turns a little bit more difficult. But the complicated part of economy is a concept named opportunity cost. What is opportunity cost? is the value of the next highest valued alternative use of a resource. In context, opportunity cost is to choose the best answer to not to do in a situation. But also, there is a concept that many citizens in all around the world, or well, let's say all of the citizens around the world, want to avoid. This is called scarcity. And according to the Bank of Mexico, they tell us that the wishes of people for needs and services sometimes exceed the capacity of society to produce them with the available resources. So we can say that the resources are scarce. These wishes could never be completely satisfied because the resources are limited. That is why we have to determine the best alternatives to use the same resources. This guides us to the next concept of economy: inflation. The Federal Reserve of the United States tells us that inflation occurs when the prices of goods or services increase over time. It is important to mention that it cannot be measured with the increase in the cost of one service, because, as they explain, it is a general increase in the overall price level of the goods and services in the economy. One of the main reasons of inflation are shortages. As we know, the shortage happens when the quantities demanded are larger than the ones that can be supplied. In other words, too much money is available to buy too few goods and services. People then can charge more money for these goods and services. On the other hand, the Reserve Bank of New Zealand tells us that inflation can occur by a rise in the price of imported commodities. However, it may not cause a great impact in other products. But economies isn't about only for workers or for consumers. It is also about of a government that is managing at all.
What's the government's role in economy? Number one is to defend property rights. It's when there is a sign that says not trespassing, you have to respect it. The second one is to proportion goods and public services like hospitals. The third one is to correct or promote externalities like smoking or littering.
The fourth one is to promote competition in our society. This includes competition between enterprises or the society. And then we have to promote the equality in all the society, and this is because everybody is equal to each other, and no matter what.
Finally, we have the HID, or the Human Development Index. The Human Development Index measures the level of the basic capacities that the countries need so they can grow up. It reflects education, health, and the salary of an individual of the majority of the nations. In the MIDE, there is a machine that can show us this.
This machine shows us the Human Development Index that reflects health, education, and the characteristics of the person. In the years 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2010.
Great trip, nah? And now that you know how the economy works in Mexico and in the world, well, it's sad to say this, but we have to say goodbye to all of you. Bye! No, wait. I forgot to tell you something. We have bloopers. You also are going to laugh with us. Let's go to see them.
No. Impact. Dilo bien.
It works in Mexico and in... Otra vez iba a decir in the future. Ah! Not everything is